What's going on, guys? I just want to talk about this today. Last night I got a notification on my phone, right? It was about this mass shooting that happened in Chicago. So, I clicked on it, looked at the news, and turns out that it was some rapper that was throwing some party, some event, Mello Buckzz. For you guys who keep up with hip hop, you probably know what I'm talking about. So, we're just going to talk about this real quick. My thing is, when is this going to stop? When is the crime going to stop in many of these cities? When is it going to stop? How many men, how many women, how many innocent children are going to keep getting hit? How many people are going to keep losing their son, their daughters, their husband, their wives, their partners to the streets? I did a video on this last year called The Streets Don't Love You. And people are still engaged in this type of activity. When is this nonsense going to stop? You guys see, especially like Chicago and LA, where the gang culture is hard. Like, the gang culture is so ingrained in society that many people grow up being second generation, third generation, fourth generation gang members. And it just keeps going. Somebody gets killed from this side, the other side retaliates. Somebody gets killed from the other side gets back. Somebody gets killed from the other side gotta get back. It just revenge killing back and forth, back and forth. This stuff gotta stop. A lot of people, they like to say, like, a lot of time when you want to snitch on these criminals, like so-called snitch, I'm gonna say, cause if you're an innocent person, you're a civilian, it's not even snitching. A lot of people like to say, "Oh, you a snitch, you this, you that, oh, you a traitor and all this." Listen, this crime gotta stop. It's not good for these neighborhoods to be filled with crime, for innocent men, women, and children to be walking around in fear. You rappers be throwing all these concerts, and my thing is, why are you guys so shocked? Like, these shootings keep happening, and people keep being shocked by it. A lot of you rappers, your whole event gets shot up, and it turns out you guys are drill rappers. Like, I don't even know who this is. I don't even really know who this rapper was, to be honest. I believe this is my very first time hearing about her when I looked it up today. My thing is, this nonsense gotta stop. You guys just keep killing each other in high numbers. Then some of you rappers, when you lose your friends or so, I believe this woman like lost her partner or something, her boyfriend. And my thing is, you guys keep losing people to the streets, but yet you keep engaging in this type of activity. You're a rapper, yet you making something called drill music. You dissing rival ops. You're dissing rival gang members. You're going at other gang members, and yet you don't expect them to go and get back at you. They're looking to get back. When you diss them, when you make fun of them, they're looking to go right back at you. And not only am I going to talk about the rappers, but for a lot of you people who go to these events, I believe like two of the women who died, I believe they claimed that they were innocent. My thing is, if you're not part of that lifestyle, why would you go to a rapper's event where you know that they're gang affiliated? You know that they're involved in a gang. They dissing rival ops. They dissing rival gang members. Why would you want to go to a place like that? That's my thing. Why would you want to be associated with that type of crowd? Because you gotta understand that when the rival gang member comes up, when the rival gang pulls up, they're not gonna look and say, okay, this person not with them, this person not with them. I wonder if this person with them. No, they're just gonna say, you know what, they all together. So since they all together, we're gonna go get all of them. We're gonna spray as many of them as possible. We're gonna light all of them up. That's why you guys who are not part of that life, stop being associated with gang members. Stop being associated with those people. Because when the rival gang pulls up, they're going to look at you as one of them. They're not going to walk up to you and say, hey, you with them, you with them. Nah, 9 times out of 10, if they see you hanging out with their op, if they see you hanging out with the rival gang, they're going to go at you too. It's like a lot of people, they just never learned their lessons. It's like, from hip-hop, this was before I even born. When Tupac and Biggie got killed, it was like, back then, from what my understanding, it seemed like it was a big thing, right? Because, rappers not getting killed like that. But now it's like almost every week some rappers getting lit up. Some rappers almost dying every week. You got so many rappers in the past, 7 years I could think of. XXXTentacion, PMD Rock. We got so many other rappers throughout the years. King Von. All due to gun violence. All due to ignorance and nonsense. You guys just keep being involved in the streets, and for you people who keep saying that these girls are innocent, these 2 girls are innocent, you gotta understand that when you're a person, you so-called innocent, you're not part of the streets, you can't be around that type of environment. Like, if I'm hanging out with gang members, and I know they over here dissing people, I'm hanging out with drill rappers, and they making songs taunting rival gang members, I know for a fact that anytime I hang out with those people, my life could be in danger. It could be in danger any minute, because the rival gang member could pull up and just see me with them, and they'll come at me. Or they could see me in videos or pictures with that person, and then they'll assume that one of them, and I'll be walking the street, mind my own business, and they'll just pull up going at me because they think I'm from the rival gang. You know, and the thing is, another thing is, you people, you gotta understand that you're a person, right? Let's say you're not affiliated with these type of gangs, and you still choose not to listen to what I'm saying. Listen, if you die, because they claim these two innocent girls who died were, then they were not gang members. I'm not sure, but they claim they were not gang members. You have to understand that when you go into those type of environments, you fully know what you're doing. You know these people are gang members. They diss and rival gang members. They diss and ops. Many of them, especially in Chicago, they diss dead ops. They diss dead gang members who die, dead rival gang members who die. So if you're choosing to go to a place like that, if you're choosing to indulge in something like that, guess what? When you die in it, you really think you're gonna go to heaven? Like, come on, you really think God's gonna send His angels to pick you up? You think the Most High God's gonna open up the gates of heaven for you? Like, come on, you paid money, you chose to go to an event where there's nothing but negativity. People are half naked. Some people are there. They're probably stripping in the back. They probably prostituting. These people are gang members. They dissing rival gang members. They dissing dead gang members from the rival side who died. And yet you choose to go to that type of event. You go into anything else. You go into a library in your free time. You go into a library in your free time, right? You went to a park to exercise, to run, to walk. You go anywhere else. Went to a church. Even went to a gospel concert. Where it's just nothing but godly songs, nothing but positivity. You go into a church event. You even went home and just chilled and just say, hey, I'm gonna stay in the crib tonight. I ain't going back out. I'm gonna sit down, I'm gonna watch me a nice movie, watch me a nice TV show and call it a night. But yet you chose to take time off your day. Take time off your day to go to an event like this. Well, there's nothing but gang members and they're all dissing rival gang members. And yet you die in this type of stuff. And yet you really think you're gonna make heaven in the end. It don't work like that. You basically die in your sin. Because what your money talks, right? What you choose to spend money on speaks volumes about yourself as a person. If I'm spending money on the clubs and gambling, and I'm spending money on all these different women, people gonna look at me and say, that person don't have to spend his money right. There's something wrong with Brandon. He don't have to spend his money right. But guess what? If I'm spending my money on something that's positive, me starting my own business, me investing, I'm paying my bills, paying for stuff I need, paying the light bill, paying the gas bill, paying the cable bill. I'm paying for stuff that I need. But you see, your money talks, and you choosing to spend your money on nonsense. How do you think that's going to work when God sees you in the end? How do you think that's going to work when God judges you in the end? You spent your money. You not only spend your money, but some of that money goes towards the artist. So you're basically supporting them without you probably even knowing. So you're basically supporting people dissing dead rival gang members. You basically supporting people dissing dead ops. That's what you choose to indulge yourself in. That's what you choose to get involved in. And yet you think God's going to open up the gates of heaven for you in the end? It don't work like that. People got to re-get their minds right, because these are the last days. Like, you see all this stuff happening around the world. You see all this stuff like wars, rumors of wars. People are being deported heavily. You see all this stuff happening. It's a sign of the times. War against nation. People got cold hearts nowadays. Many people got evil in their hearts. It's the last days before Christ's return. He really knocked at the door. Christ is giving people more time to repent and get right before he come back and look. Local people are indulgent nonsense. Gangs are going against rival gang members. They're killing each other. One side kills the other side, next side gotta go back. One side kills the other side, next side gotta get back. They just keep going and going and going. And for you people, and let's just be honest, gangs are just domestic terrorists. Many people like to say that gangs like Crips and all that, they start off to help the black community, protect them from white racists. Yeah, that was the 60s and all that. But what about today? The majority of them are robbing people. They killing other dead rival gang members. They're killing their own people. They're terrorists to their community. They prostituting. They scamming. They'll break in your house, steal all your stuff. They'll steal your car. So what purpose do they have today? I'm not talking about what happened in the 60s. I'm talking about what's happening today. And yeah, many people are trying to defend this behavior. Many people are trying to defend this type of stuff. And say, oh, they're just kids. Oh, they don't know any better. Listen, you're a grown man. You're a grown woman. We all know right from wrong. When I was 12 years old, I knew right from wrong. Some of these people are in their 20s, 30s, and 40s. They grown adults. They're not no little baby. You know right from wrong. You're not an idiot. God gave you common sense. When you do something that's wrong, the Holy Spirit will convict you. It's just crazy why people like to defend this type of activity. And the sad part is, many of these killings are going to still keep going on in Chicago and these places until either people come together and put a stop to it, or people start letting the police don't know what's going on. Well, other than that, a lot of this stuff is going to keep happening. A lot of these people, they're demonic. A lot of these gang members, they're demonic. They will have no problem killing you just for a dollar. Some of them are hard. Some of them are terrible. Some of them are heartless. For you people who commit these type of sins, for you people involved in this type of stuff, let me tell you something. There's gonna be a place in hell for you. There's gonna be a place in the lake of fire for you. For all you drill rappers who want to make all those songs different, dissing rival gang members. You wanna diss rival ops. You wanna sometimes shoot innocent people. You participate in the violence. Then guess what? You put this music on the radio. For the young generation becomes influenced by your music. You don't even understand that their blood is in your hands. Because if you're popular, if you know that a lot of young people look up to you, should be spreading positive messages. But yet you chose to spread negativity. The next you know, especially the young kids like 5, 6, 7, they become influenced by your songs, and guess what? Some of them grow up to be killers themselves, to be robbers themselves. And guess what? God is going to hold you accountable just as much as them when they reach the age of accountability. You know why? Because their blood is on your hands. Because you influence them. You influence many people. I tell you, a lot of you rappers, a lot of y'all, let me tell you something. Like hip hop, I have no problem with positive music in general. Music that glorifies God, music that glorifies, anything positive. You chasing after that business you want. You looking to leave that 9 to 5 behind. You looking to have a better life for your family. You looking to get out together. I have no problem with making out songs like that. But when you making all these songs talk about you killing rival ops and killing other gang members, and you making all these songs talk about you robbing people, you shooting the place up, you high off of this drug, you drunk off of this liquor, nonsense. You making songs talk about how many men, how many women you slept with, nonsense. You making songs talk about you prostituting, you scamming. I tell you, a lot of you artists, I tell you, your judgment by God not gonna be pretty. Many of y'all choose not to repent, and you keep instigating the violence. You keep stirring the violence up. A lot of y'all just keep going with it, with no end in sight. When is these gang killings going to stop in Chicago? How many more innocent, and many of these cities across America, many of these cities across the world even? When is this stuff going to stop? How many more mothers and fathers got to keep crying? How many more brothers and sisters got to keep crying over their friends and family members who they've lost? Enough is enough. This stuff got to stop. You people gotta stop supporting these artists. Cause guess what? If the artists ain't getting no money, if you gotta stop supporting these rappers, they'll stop all this nonsense because they realize that their fan base is dropping, they ain't making no money. And the record labels will tell them to stop making that type of music. Can't no man of them, they're slaves to their record labels. I believe I ever heard a rapper one time talk about he wanted to make positive music, but his record label said no. Because the negative music, the drill rap is what's selling. So a lot of y'all play a part in all of this. A lot of y'all are not innocent. You're just as bad as these rappers. Because you're putting money into it. And for you people to put money in this type of stuff, you can also face judgment from God because you support negativity. You could support something positive, but you chose to support wickedness. You chose to support dead people who diss rival gang members, dissing dead people. That's what you choose to support with your money. That's what you choose to look up to. I tell you, a person's money, their heart speaks a lot about them. It speaks about what's inside of their heart, what they choose to spend money on. Sad. It's sad, man. It's just really sad what keeps happening. All these people keep dying, and people keep going to these rapper shows, not learning a lesson. Look how many rapper shows have been shut up. Who was that rapper who had that concert? What was it, 2021 or so, and multiple people passed away? You guys might know what I'm talking about. I believe Travis Scott, whatever his name is. It's like people keep going to these my rappers constantly. These people got negative energy about them. You want to go to a place where there's nothing but negative energy? Like, come on. God, I could just imagine God just sitting down on his throne in heaven, just looking at human beings, just looking at people and just like, man, what's wrong with some of these people? God's time is winding down short. Christ will soon return. We gotta get our lives straight. We gotta get our minds right. We gotta make sure we have our minds in the right place because a lot of stuff we spend money on, a lot of the stuff that we put money towards and support, God's gonna judge us on that. We gotta make sure what we making sense of what we're doing. You want to really go to hell? Many people idolize these rappers on these people. You really put these people above God? That's craziness. These people are nothing but, many of these rappers are nothing but wicked people. They carry bad energy and they promote nothing but violence and negativity in their music. Just sad. But nevertheless, guys, have a blessed day. On this match should be very blessed on to, and take care.